Hey YouTube, how's it going out there? Well, this is Norman Ryder back again, and today is just going to be just kind of a fun little video, nothing big. I guess if you want to say there's a theme, we're just going to get a few things done with Mr. El Cheapo here. This is the cheap little Wal-Mart Roadmaster 29er that I bought a couple of months ago earlier this year. And what I want to do is just add a few little gizmos, I guess, if you want to call them, or whatever. First thing I want to do for sure is replace the stock pedals. Replacing the stock pedals, as you can see, these are just pretty cheap, just little plastic ones. I had similar ones on my Specialized bike, and this piece here did break, so I know that that'll be the first thing to go on these, so I just want some better ones. The other thing I want to add is some bosses here, so that way I can actually have a water bottle on this bike when I go riding. If there's an affordable saddle, it would be nice to upgrade the saddle on this thing, but at this time it's actually not too bad. It's okay, but these grips definitely need a bit of an upgrade on them. I need something to hold my phone on, but that can be moved from bike to bike because I have so many. I mean, just look at all those. So anyway, yeah, this is just my little cheap mountain bike. I have taken it out to McAllister Park. It handled itself and it kept up with some of the high-end mountain bikes that are out there. You can also see here my iZip E3 Path Plus electric bike, which I use for all my commuting purposes back when I lived in Norman, Oklahoma. Hasn't been used in quite a while. And right behind it there you see our Tandem Bike that my wife and I occasionally use. So first thing we gotta do is we're gonna load up the bike, and we're gonna use my Thule Insta-Gater, which is a pretty cool little device. Let me show you how that thing works. First thing we want to do is clear out the bed of the truck. Alright, so we've got the bed of the truck cleared out. We got our Thule Insta-Gater situated in here. All you're gonna do is just put it here to the end, drop these pieces in. Sorry. Just make sure they're in there so that the tailgate will close on them. That's alright. Nothing's going to happen to them. They'll be alright. Just close the gate. And lock them down. Just evenly on each side. Until they can't really go no more. And then you know you're good. Don't force it. So it's good to go. So let's go ahead and load up the bike. Alright, to load up, you just put the bike in from the side, just like that. The arm that was here, the one that arm was laying there, you just raise the arm up, put it on the tire, pull it down tight, you'll hear it click. Again, you don't have to do it very hard, just enough so you should hear about one, maybe two clicks. And as long as it's just secure, that's not going to go anywhere. So it's ready for travel now. Okay, so we've got the bike safe and secure in the bed of the pickup truck. You can see it's right back there, thanks to the Thule Insta-Gater. That thing has come in handy a lot. That's what I use every single time I take the bikes out, unless I have to take two, in which case I have a different rack for that situation. But for right now, let's go ahead and head down to the south side of San Antonio. We're going to Bike World, and we're going to see what they can do for us. Alright, well, we made it. We're here on the south side and we're at Bike World. It's just straight ahead, kind of hard to see because of the trees, but let's take the bike on over and let's get them to work on it. Okay, I'm still down here at Bike World on the south side, and just got to try out a Purefix single speed bicycle. This one is the Oscar model, 54 centimeter size, which is the size I need. This thing is really cool, extremely lightweight, the right color for me. Got to test ride it for about half a mile or so, but yeah, I think this is going to be my next bike purchase. Okay, so we're back with the bike done up at Bike World, and there's a couple of changes on it. Some changes, of course, could not be done. Number one, wasn't able to get new grips on it. These grips are actually a little too short, and everything else aftermarket was a little too long. Could not get bosses put on for a water bottle cage here. The sales guy did advise me to check out Amazon, see if maybe I could find one that simply straps on to the frame. But we did manage to upgrade from the stock pedals to these really nice Well-Go mountain bike pedals here, and they are pretty nice. They did have all metal, but I wasn't really wanting to go that way. It was a little more expensive for all metal, but since this bike isn't ridden that much, I decided to keep it simple and stay with plastic. I talked to him about the brakes, and I think the brakes will probably be later on in the future. We'll take care of them, probably start with the pads, a little bit better adjustment on them, and we'll go from there. This was an add-on. This was actually already been on the bike, but that's my trailer hitch. Keep the trailer in storage at this time. I haven't used that thing in a long time, but when I connect it, that's where it goes to. This was a huge upgrade here. This is the Ergon SM3-S saddle. Found it on special. It was normally, I think, about $140 or so, $150, and scored it for $25 in the bargain bin. So that was a real good deal. So got that put on. I've only took it for a little spin around the parking lot just real quick. I know the saddle needs to come up, but I will adjust that later. And in the meantime, though, it does feel pretty good. So those are some of the enhancements I've made on this bike. Mr. El Cheapo 29er from Walmart. It's really a Roadmaster Quarry Ridge. Not a bad little bike. It's okay. It's pretty decent if you're on a budget. So I think probably much later on in the future, I would really like to upgrade the front shocks and see what they got in the aftermarket for that. But that's much later on down the line. For now, I'm good with what I've got.